What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol AMRS for Amyris Inc. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing we need to point out is that there was a catalyst on today's session. There was something about a vaccine that was released, and that obviously led to some serious green upside here on decent volume too down below, right? So this is still increasing as we're coming down and, trying to form a reversal off the 200 SMA, really. The 200 SMA is the green line here on my charts. So the first thing we'll do is just map out obvious zones of support and resistance from the daily perspective. And what jumps off the page at me first is this. Underneath us, we have a cluster of lows way down here around 11. And then to the upside, noticing that we have multiple pivot highs, one here, a set in here, as well as way up here, a pressure cooker top in place around 1709. The next thing that kind of just jumps out at me is the fact that we do have a resistance trend line likely in play. We'll do it loosely first to just get a feel, so not really that. Is it this? That is probably more like it. So we'll do something like this coming from this high, certainly connecting with that one. We'll see how we fare if this candle gets continuation up and into it. For now, we'll shift the attention back over to the 30-minute time frame, see if we got the levels right. Are we missing anything? What else can we learn from today's activity? So just actually scrunching this up a bit, you can clearly see we have another critical area that we should be paying attention to. It did act as a flush point in here, all of these touches as support. Eventually, once it gets tested too many times, we are looking for the breakdown. That's what happened. And of course, it acted as resistance in this general area. So please keep 14 the whole dollar on your radar as well. It just conveniently happened to be as well today's high of day. The next thing we'll do whenever we're looking at large expansions of range is take out our Fibonacci's and just gauge the strength of the move from the low all the way up to our first pullback. You can see it's not even worth putting on there. We certainly were consolidating above the 38.2, so we'll go all the way on up to our high, and it just, it goes without saying, an incredibly bullish move, a very little pullback, one red candle, two, three red 30-minute candles on the entire day, and none of them were deep pullbacks whatsoever. So the 38.2 is well intact, an extremely strong close on good closing volume. This to me looks like it's ready for, upside continuation. I would, encourage you though to keep in mind we have a resistance trend line overhead. We also, have a 50 SMA downsloping overhead as well, close to 15 right now. So there's a lot of meat left on the bone. I mean, that's a dollar trade if we make it up towards that daily 50 SMA. Just something to consider, right? Taking this off and sort of scrunching up the daily now, I just wanted to see if there is a support trend line. Yeah, so coming in from here, connecting these lows, I mean, splitting the difference of the cluster versus the wick down there, I would say we bounce perfectly right off of a daily support trend line as well. So that is noteworthy that that is in action underneath us. Scrunching this up again one more time to see if we can pick out one level in between here before that 15 whole dollar, and really not a whole lot that I would say maybe this here at 1440 jumps off simply because if we do this, and we'll put that level in, so 1440, the reason we picked it is support, then resistance, then support, then resistance, and of course then resistance right there as well. So please keep 1440 on your radar. We are looking for green upside continuation, bullish continuation here, as we did with our sort of Fibonacci's there. Any consolidation in the upper 30% of today's range, look for the breakout over 14 to get into some of those upside targets which we've outlined thus far. So if you enjoyed today's video, if you learned anything new, let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.